And Nancy, if you've got something you want to start with, go ahead, and then I'll throw it open to the room here.
Sure. Bill, how much do you think that, the Mercury have had to play other playoff games here? You guys had gotten a bit of a break. How do you keep your energy up going through the next couple games? Or do you think that this is going to be, that you guys are going to have an advantage going forward because you are fresher than the Mercury is?
Well, it's a twofold question. One is on the first game of the series, they are playoff sharp. So they came in, they won 2 games. They felt really good about themselves, and we hadn't played for, X amount of days. You can always worry about the rust as a coach, and we showed some early on. So sometimes it's a disadvantage in that regard, but in a course of a series, they've already have this their 3rd game now in a very short period of time. And like you said, we have a little bit fresher legs, so we can push the pace, and we rotate a lot of people in there. And in a series, it's fatigue. For any team, it's going to be fatigue. It's how you manage it and how you battle it. So going forward, the more games we play, I think for our youth and our young legs, that it'll help us a little bit.
Great, thank you.
Bill, as you're talking about that, with the depth that you have, you mentioned last night that you've told Jisoo and Destiny, or you at least know that they're going to make an impact in the series. How important is it then over a series to use that depth and keep that depth, one, for energy, but also just to keep giving different looks and keep kind of.
No, that's why we built this team, is we have multiple ways that we can attack. Everybody plays defense. That's a constant. But offensive wise, we can put all kinds of different lineups out there, from shooters and non-shooters to offensive rebounders to shot blockers. A lot of stuff we can do. Obviously, there's going to be a pecking order of how many minutes people are going to play. But as you saw for Raquanda Williams last night, she's very capable of being a great scorer. And she played 30+ minutes, which is over her number. But at the same time, keep going. Every night's going to be somebody different. And I think that's one of the great traits about our team.
With Phoenix in particular, they're a high volume 3-point shooting team.
Mm-hmm.
Does that scare you in any sense as a coach? Because if one night is a hot night, all of a sudden, that's a lot of numbers they can put up really fast.
Well, they've always been a 3-balling team from Taurasi on down. It's been their MOs throughout the course of time, and they've been very effective at it. Especially when you have Griner anchoring the paint, you have to pay attention. That opens up stuff for everybody. As a coach, you always worry about everything, but the 3-ball, if they get hot, like it did in the first quarter, both games now that we played them, the last 2 games we played them, they got hot in the first quarter. As the game goes along, fatigue will creep in a little bit, and some of those shots won't go in as they would in the first part of the game. But you always worry about, that's why we play so hard on defense, is take away some of those opportunities for them.
And last one for me, the doubling Griner strategy has pretty much proven effective at limiting her shots recently, but she seems to have developed quite well recently as a distributor out of the post and as a good passer. Is that kind of a thing that you guys have seen from her?
Brittany Griner's seen every kind of defense in the world over the last X years that she's been in this league. So she's very familiar with what other teams try to do to her. She's a very good passer out of there because she's seen so many double teams. It's a matter of, the shot clock keeps running. The shot clock keeps running. And I think that's one to our advantage is as the shot clock goes down, they have to take a hurry shot, and it's not a Griner shot. So I think, she's going to find open players. It's a matter of, what time and how fast we can recover those open players.
Coach, you get an important win in game 1. How important is it to make sure the team doesn't get overconfident and they really?
No, I don't think overconfidence is a problem for us. We haven't won anything. So, this is a relentless pursuit on our part. And we're going to go out there every night and give it everything we have for as long as we have. And if it's good enough that game, fine. If it's not, okay, fine. It's not our game to play. And we're going to do the same thing in the next game. We're just not going to stop.
But obviously this Mercury team is not going to go away.
Yeah, they're not going to go away. Then they are very prideful. They have great talent. You have to beat teams, especially at this point of the season, in this environment of the semifinals. No one's going to lay down. No one's going to have a bad game. You have to go out there and beat them on the basketball game.
Everybody good? Coach, you are free to go. Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful day.
You as well. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.